As the evening settled in, Adi found comfort in the simple ritual of watching Buddy prepare for bed. Every evening, as the world quiets, we settle in. It's more than comfort, it's a silent understanding. Adi looks down thoughtfully at Buddy during the quiet midnight hours, realizing his loyal companion is trying to communicate something deep.
You know, it's funny how many modern pet parents misread these subtle signs for years.
You know, Buddy has been sending me deep emotional messages since day one. I'm finally understanding what he's been trying to say.
Welcome back to the channel, but this is Vital Buddy Life. Understanding your best friend is key. Click here to learn more and subscribe to Vital Buddy Life for insights. Welcome. Today, we delve into the unspoken language of our companions. The very first thing dog owners get wrong, and it's something almost everyone does.
The oldest theory in the book, you know? He just sleeps with me for the body heat. Probably not entirely wrong. And he knows it. You know, everyone thinks dogs just want a cozy blanket, but maybe Buddy just wants to be near me. You feel that chill. It's time to adjust. But there is a massive biological flaw with that oversimplified theory. Adi watches Buddy walk around the house, proving that domestic dogs are incredibly clever at finding the perfect spot to rest all by themselves. You need a spot just for you, don't you, Buddy? What about this big comfy couch? Maybe the rug? Or how about a nice sunny spot by the window? The bathroom tiles were the coolest spot in the house during the peak of the hot afternoon, a perfect retreat for Buddy. Enjoying the shade, Buddy?
You see, if ambient temperature were the only factor, Buddy already has plenty of excellent options.
Every night, he chooses this spot. Why? What's the mystery, Buddy?
Sleep is when an animal is at their most vulnerable. It's a deep trust they place in us.
At home, Adi looks out the dark window, imagining the wild where closing your eyes and resting always carried a massive amount of environmental risk. Buddy is shown fast asleep on the rug, illustrating how a sleeping animal is completely exposed, unaware of danger, and essentially defenseless.
You could walk past every soft, luxurious surface in the entire home, but you'll always choose me.
You see, despite my size and power, Buddy chose me. That's the Vital Buddy Life. Understanding that this deliberate choice is not about chasing heat, but represents pure trust.
Welcome, Vital Buddy fans. Today, we're diving into canine attachment, exploring the modern scientific research behind that special bond.
Adi looks at Buddy with deep affection, learning that studies show dogs form powerful emotional connections that mirror human relationship frameworks. Adi cradles Buddy's head gently, illustrating how this deep bond closely resembles the psychological attachment patterns seen between human infants and caregivers. I needed you, Buddy. I'll never leave you, Adi. That's a profound message. Together, we face each day, knowing we are stronger because of each other. This beautiful expression of love and safety is not a small detail in our daily life. The critical behavioral shift that the vast majority of people completely ignore or miss. Adi looks at an empty spot on his bed, realizing that if Buddy suddenly stops sleeping near him after doing it consistently, he must not dismiss it. Keep this warning in mind. We'll revisit it later, as the reason behind it is immensely important. With every shared moment, Buddy blends his scent with yours, a silent affirmation of your bond. Buddy, you really need to find the perfect spot, don't you? There you go, good boy. Adi smiles as he realizes that this rhythmic pre-sleep routine is definitely not just some random movement to burn off leftover energy. Buddy sniffs a pillow intently, reminding Adi that dogs experience the entire world primarily through their highly sophisticated sense of smell. You see, Buddy's paws have specialized scent glands, leaving subtle chemical traces wherever he rests.
The bond between a man and his dog is a testament to the ancient connections that still echo in our modern world. Buddy gets physically comfortable against Adi, actively blending his unique scent profile with Adi's.
Understanding that throughout the animal kingdom, sharing a common scent is the universal symbol for shared safety and belonging.
Adi envisions wild packs reinforcing their group security through a communal odor profile as Buddy sleeps beside him. Together, we are Buddy and Adi, a family in the truest sense of the word. His strength is my strength. You are my unit, my family. Your scent is the scent of home.
Dogs often sniff us intensely upon our return, driven by the ancient pack instinct to gather information about our travels. Buddy continued to sniff, noticing that Adi smelled completely different, foreign, and temporarily disrupted from being somewhere new. That comforting nighttime closeness acts as social restoration, rebuilding our familiar family scent.
I hope this fresh perspective shifts how you view those quiet evening cuddles.
Truly understanding Buddy on this profound psychological level changes absolutely everything about how we relate. And in that moment, Adi realized that Buddy genuinely believed it was his duty to guard him at night.
You know, Buddy has some very specific spots. He's got his thinking spot by the window and his cuddle spot right here.
Buddy began near the door, then moved to the bed, finally settling by Adi's back. Buddy knows something isn't right. With protective resolve, he stands his ground. I adjust my position, knowing this strategic physical placement is no accident, no random preference for a specific pillow.
You are a pampered, spoiled Buddy. But I acknowledge the deep, ancient instincts passed down through many generations.
For thousands of years of canine evolution, basic survival depended entirely on constant vigilance. The bedroom grows dark. When the darkness of night arrived, Adi always had to stay alert to keep the group safe.
Buddy lifts his head slightly in the dark, ready to respond first if a threat approached unexpectedly. In early wild dog groups, resting did not mean letting your guard down entirely. Adi watches Buddy rest, understanding this instinct. Buddy aligns himself carefully near the edge of the mattress, showing careful physical positioning based on the layout of the shelter. Buddy sleeps facing the bedroom door, actively watching the primary entry point, while Adi rests. Buddy shifts to sleep near Adi's head and along his spine, protecting Adi's most vulnerable areas. He settles in, placing himself in what his deep genetic instincts interpret as a highly effective defensive position.
You look so friendly, Buddy, but would you really stand up to a threat in the middle of the night?
He wags his tail slightly in his sleep, showing that maybe he will, or maybe he will not, depending on his unique personality.
Buddy rests resolutely because in his loyal mind, he has proudly assumed the noble role of Adi's personal nighttime protector,
knowing that this beautiful sense of responsibility is not something he ever had to train into him consciously.
As I stroke Buddy's head, I feel the connection to the DNA that links him directly to his wild ancestors from long ago.
Buddy takes his spot at the foot of the bed again, faithfully fulfilling his duty every single night.
Notice how the curled posture, the tucked paws, and the curved spine aren't just sleeping. They reveal a tale of comfort, safety, and deep trust.
Every single sleeping position carries a very specific message. Let's talk about point number 4.
Buddy, with a contented sigh, curled himself up tightly into a small, compact, furry ball on the blanket.
Buddy stays tucked in, a classic protective posture that naturally shields his sensitive abdomen and vital internal organs.
Adi observes this position, knowing dog behaviorists classify this as a semi-guarded position that balances rest with a need for safety.
Even in a safe home, Buddy stays close to Adi, showing both deep comfort and a lingering caution.
You see, despite everything, he trusts you, but a part of him will always be guarding the door. Ah, look at him, stretching out, taking up all the space. Pure relaxation, the vital buddy life.
Buddy rolls over completely, showing his belly fully exposed and sleeping flat on his furry back.
True vulnerability allows for pure joy, even in the most unconventional of moments. Find your vitality.
The abdomen is undeniably one of the most sensitive and unprotected areas on a dog's body.
Buddy sleeps deeply upside down, proving that fully exposing it means he believes absolutely nothing in his environment poses a threat.
Adi and I, along with our home, provide me with complete and utter safety. I rest easy, knowing I am protected and loved. Adi gently pats Buddy's chest, knowing that this magnificent level of total relaxation is something that must be earned through kindness.
I didn't mean to upset you, buddy. Oh, come on, buddy. Are you really ignoring me? Okay, fine. I get it.
Some well-meaning owners misinterpret this specific sleeping position as a sign of emotional distance. Adi smiles and leans his head against Buddy's back, knowing it is actually the exact opposite of rejection in canine social behavior. The Labrador's relaxed posture, with its back turned, reveals the deepest display of trust a dog can offer to its beloved companion.
With vital buddy life, Buddy rests comfortably, knowing he doesn't need to watch me for his safety. Adi keeps his eyes open, understanding that Buddy is trusting him to watch his blind spot while he rests his weary eyes. Adi and Buddy. Together, they live the vital life. Buddy wedges himself into an awkward position between Adi and the wall that looks incredibly uncomfortable to the human eye. I wrap an arm around myself, knowing this intense physical contact is not a sign of unhealthy clinginess or separation anxiety.
Buddy presses even closer, showing a sign of intense bonding behavior, where he is actively minimizing all physical distance. He holds Buddy close, realizing that to a dog, absolute physical closeness equals ultimate security and peaceful relaxation.
And that brings me to the fifth point. Buddy willingly adjusts his natural biological rhythms just for me. You know, there's a certain magic to a dog sleeping. A pure, unburdened trust that most of us never truly stop to appreciate. You see, Buddy doesn't need to be active just because I am. Dogs are wired for their own rhythms, not always aligning with our busy schedules. Adi looks out the window at the twilight sky, knowing their natural alertness peaks are influenced by ancestral hunting cycles at dawn and dusk.
Buddy opens his eyes and looks at Adi, showing how deeply bonded domestic dogs frequently shift their entire internal clock to match a lifestyle.
You see, the funny thing about Buddy is, he'll stay up and watch me all day long. Yeah. But the moment I'm ready to relax, so is he.
Buddy waited patiently. He'd learned to anticipate Adi's exact bedtime routine.
Time to wake up, Adi. Your buddy is here. Good morning, Buddy. Thanks for the wake-up call.
Scientific studies observing domestic dogs have begun to document these profound synchronization effects, truly remarkable discoveries about our furry companions.
Over time, dogs adapt their natural rest and activity cycles to perfectly mirror their favorite human. He paused and looked down at Buddy, thinking about the sheer magnitude of that evolutionary compromise for just a moment. Buddy rests his head on his paws, showing how an internal biological clock shaped by thousands of years of survival gradually adjusts its daily rhythm. You are not forced by a physical rule. You choose to follow this schedule because it's the right fit for you.
Buddy changes it because his deep emotional attachment motivates him to seek total alignment with me.
Buddy sits up and follows Adi's movements, proving he genuinely wants to exist when Adi exists and wants to rest when Adi rests. That kind of beautiful behavioral synchronization is not mechanical, but deeply and profoundly relational.
And that's the sixth point, Buddy. You always seem to know exactly how I feel, even before I do.
After a long day, the greatest comfort is a loyal friend nearby. He's always there, a steady paw and a loving gaze,
Sometimes, that's all you need. You realize that comforting behavior was definitely not a coincidence or a product of your imagination. Buddy looks intently into Adi's eyes, proving dogs are exceptionally sensitive to the tiniest subconscious changes in human physiology and energy.
When you are feeling stressed, your breathing patterns naturally shift and become much more shallow. And your physical posture changes, your vocal tone tightens, and your body chemistry alters due to cortisol stress.
Buddy nudges Adi's hand with his wet nose, detecting these microscopic signals long before Adi ever articulates them out loud.
Comprehensive research has proven dogs differentiate between various emotional tones in human voices quite easily.
Buddy sits alertly by Adi's side, showing they also respond differently to specific chemical scents that human bodies release during times of high stress.
Buddy sleeps right beside Adi in bed, placing himself in direct physical contact with Adi's natural breathing rhythm. Buddy lies perfectly still against my chest. I can feel his heart rate and notice every single micro movement he makes throughout the night. Buddy rests peacefully next to a calm Adi, showing that night after night, they learn your exact physical baseline when you are happy and healthy. In the quiet of the night, anxiety crept into Adi's sleep. Buddy, sensing the unease, awoke to offer silent support. Dogs often know intuitively when their human is struggling. This is how Buddy supports Adi in times of need.
You aren't just reacting, are you? This is real. This is pure empathetic connection.
Every single dog owner must know this. The health of your furry friend depends on it. 7. Pay attention to changes in routine. If your furry friend suddenly stops sleeping near you, it's a vital rule to pay attention.
If your dog has slept beside you for years and abruptly changes habits, you must listen. Adi looks at the empty side of his bed, realizing that if Buddy suddenly chooses to sleep in a completely different room, he must not simply ignore the shift. Buddy sits by his food bowl at his usual time, reminding Adi that our dogs are ultimate creatures of habit who thrive on daily routines. Adi walks over to Buddy thoughtfully, understanding a sudden behavioral shift this significant is rarely random and often signals a deeper issue. Adi watches Buddy carefully, knowing that sometimes the primary cause of this sudden nighttime withdrawal is purely physical in nature. Buddy hesitated. It used to be so easy for him to jump up, but now, hidden pain makes even the simplest movements a challenge. The discomfort became too much. So Buddy sought solace in the quietest, flattest corner of the room. Buddy stretches out flat on the bare kitchen floor, looking for a cool surface that feels much better on his aching joints and muscles.
Buddy, if an older dog changes sleeping patterns out of nowhere, a veterinary visit is highly recommended.
Other times, the sudden shift might be caused by subtle environmental changes in the household layout.
You know, something as small as moving an armchair or bringing in a new friend really can change everything.
Adi looks down at the floor, realizing these subtle stressors might seem completely insignificant to humans, but can feel incredibly destabilizing to dogs.
Adi watches Buddy look nervously at a corner of the bedroom, recognizing that dogs can also experience sudden emotional shifts regarding specific spaces. Dogs, like Buddy here, strongly associate specific places with past experiences. He knows this spot means playtime. Sudden sounds can be scary, making them want to avoid the window. Buddy curls up safely in the hallway closet, choosing to sleep elsewhere as a natural protective measure to ensure his own peace of mind.
The absolute key takeaway from today's discussion is very simple.
I remember the night Buddy chose to sleep next to me. He just looked at me, knowing it was the most important decision he'd ever make. Adi looks at Buddy sitting by the door, understanding that if they suddenly choose to withdraw from the bed, that action is also highly deliberate communication.
Something is different, isn't it? Tell me what's wrong.
The nightly ritual of sleeping peacefully beside him was never a trivial matter to his loyal companion. Knowing for him, it was always a beautiful expression of trust, shared identity, and strategic group protection.
Buddy rests his head over Adi's lap, showing an ongoing display of biological synchronization and deep, unconditional emotional attunement.
The bond between a man and his dog is unlike any other. Sleepy boy, aren't you? He guards my dreams. Rest well, buddy. And his loyalty? Unquestionable.
Adi watches Buddy breathe softly, refusing to reduce that beautiful, quiet moment to something small, simple, or completely insignificant.
I needed to take a second and truly appreciate the incredible, ancient bond that we share. I look into your face, buddy, and I have to ask myself, what profound message are you really trying to say?
I look around this modern room and think of the journey this beautiful creature made to be right here by my side.
Buddy rests completely relaxed against Adi, offering his ultimate vulnerability and asking for nothing but safety in return.
Am I truly listening to the quiet language of my vital buddy?
Thank you so much for watching this insightful behavioral breakdown today on Vital Buddy Life. Remember to subscribe for more deep insights into your dog's mind, and we will see you next time.